Happy Saturday and surprise! It's been such a long time since I have popped in and done a live video that I thought, well, today was as good a day as any. Look at me looking like a nana with my tissue up my sleeve. I'm going to just quickly share this across my other pages because there's information in today's live stream that I really want to get across to as many of my pages and my people and my friends and family as I can, because there's lots to talk about. There's so much to update you on that it makes sense to do it all at once, doesn't it? So first of all, thank you to everybody who has popped in and said hello to me today. There was some exciting news overnight that a few people have popped in and congratulated, not me personally, but it's a little bit like my youngest baby has grown up, gotten married and moved out of home, and I'll tell you about that in a second. But I also want to thank all of the people who supported Amanda Donnett's 24-hour live stream. If you missed that, check out some of the snippets of that I've shared on my personal profile. So this is my page that we're filming from today, and my profile is just my name, Tess Crawley, and you're welcome to follow me on that profile if you wish. I don't put everything on that profile that's on this page, and I don't put everything on this page on that profile, but I do tend to cross-post a bit. So I do apologise, sorry, not sorry, if you get a little bit of spam from me sometimes. I try not to be too spammy, but you know, one person's spam is another person's filet mignon, as they say. Do they really say that though, Tess? I don't think anyone's ever said that ever, but that's okay. Alrighty, let me just see, have I shared to all of the places? I think I would also like to share to possibly this little group and possibly this little group. So while I'm talking, I'll just quickly remind you what Amanda Donnett was doing yesterday with her 24-hour live stream was in support of perinatal anxiety and depression awareness. And she, over the course of 24 straight hours, live streamed interviews with experts from all over the world in the area of perinatal mental health. And I just want to give her a very special shout out, because what she managed to pull off with no sleep was a 24-hour live stream called Parenting is a 24-Hour Gig. I confess to not having enough sleep last night because I was up late watching her interviews because they were amazing. Now, a couple of things. So you may have seen me posting about Crawley House. What is Crawley House? I'll tell you about that in a second. You may have seen me posting about the Crawley Clinic. You may have seen me posting about all sorts of things. First thing I want to talk about is Crawley Clinic Hobart. Huge congratulations to the new owner of the Crawley Clinic Hobart, Alison Wells, and her team. They rebranded themselves. Last night they had an opening party and have relaunched under the name of Psyche Mental Health Clinic. So I just first and foremost want to give a big shout out to Alison, who I've known for about 15 years since she was a student at university, and it's just so satisfying to see her take over Crawley Clinic Hobart, which she purchased. She's the owner of Crawley Clinic Hobart, so obviously, you know, it couldn't stay the Crawley Clinic forever. But it is a little bit like my little baby has grown up, because of course the Crawley Clinic was launched in 2009 as Dr. Tess Crawley and Associates, and it grew alongside my babies, my actual babies. So it is very much part of my blood and my DNA. So I still own the Crawley Clinic Launceston, of course, and we still provide services to Launceston, Georgetown, Scottsdale, St Helens, Swansea, Bicheno, Triabunna, and anywhere in between. And of course, I also now have the Crawley Clinic Melbourne. Now, at the moment, the Crawley Clinic Melbourne consists of a couple of psychologists, Anita and Charlotte, who are doing an amazing job providing telehealth services into Tasmania to boost our staffing numbers in Tassie. We've had some staffing issues because of COVID. In the past, you know, we would in Tassie look to mainland Australia and try and lure people into Tasmania to take up some of the clinical jobs that we had. And of course that wasn't possible during lockdown, and Tasmania's borders have really only just started recently reopening to the rest of Australia. So we got a bit outside of the box-ish and recruited some Melbourne-based clinicians and have them practicing from Crawley House. So Crawley House is literally just that. It is a house. It was a house. The owners of the building, apparently, according to the real estate agent, apparently their parents used to live in the premises. It's obviously since been converted to a commercial space, but it is literally a house that has become offices. It's got a lovely homely feel. And so Crawley House is the home to a number of mental health services, including the Crawley Clinic, including Gallagher Psychology, who'll be joining us in December, and of course, including Enhanced Life Psychology, which is Noni Carr, and she's already started practicing from Crawley House. So my team, my psychologists, they haven't started actually physically being in the space yet because they're still doing telehealth into Tasmania. So the rules here at the moment, if you can work from home, you must. We have a little bit of leeway around that, so there may well be some scope for us to have my peeps in the building soon. In the background behind all of that, I have recently recruited Katrina Chapman, who's been a follower of me on social media. I've been aware of Katrina Chapman for a very long time. She's been a follower of me on social media for quite some time. She has been studying psychology. She's now got lots of applications in for postgraduate psychology studies. She's had interviews this week. I'm incredibly excited for her to be having all these interviews. She's come on board for as long as she's able to help me out getting Crawley House set up. So it has been crazy action stations in the Crawley household. You might also notice I'm no longer in my apartment where you would have last seen me do a live stream from. We are now in our new home, which we are renting here in Melbourne, and it's so there's been a lot of change between Crawley House, Crawley Clinic, and my own home. So I also wanted to really quickly just sort of pipe up and just say again, I've been saying this quite a bit this week, but coming out of lockdown has made me quite contemplative, and we are still on the pathway to coming out of lockdown. We're not fully out yet. We have a lot more freedoms than we had. In fact, we are now able to travel to country Victoria. We are actually, as a family, we're going on a road trip tomorrow. Can you believe we've been in Melbourne for 12 months and not done a single road trip because we barely got ourselves settled here when we went into the first lockdown. And of course, our second lockdown, we're only just coming out of now. So tomorrow, look out, country Victoria. The Crawleys are coming at you. I haven't decided where, we as a family haven't decided where we're going yet, but we're going to go and look and see what this lovely state has to offer outside of Melbourne, which we are very happy to be calling home now. Shout out Tasmania, you are always in my blood, you are always my home state, that never changes, but Melbourne definitely feels like home for us, and we're very happy and very settled here. So I guess reflecting on all of that, the theme for me over the past week really has been one of gratitude, and a lot of things going on at the moment have reminded me just how important gratitude is. Now I know personally, in fact I was catching up with a friend of mine this morning, a friend who I've got a photograph which I must post, a friend who I went to Methodist Ladies College here in Melbourne with in year 11 and year 12. So we've known each other since we were 16, and we had brunch this morning, and I was talking about this notion of gratitude and how much I've learnt as a business owner about the importance of demonstrating gratitude and how important it is to me. It's become one of my core values. In fact, my coaching clients will hear this a lot from me, the importance of culture and team culture. And I guess tied into that is this sense of gratitude. I feel it's really important for me to do what I can to make sure that my team, who are all remote from me, apart from Katrina, who are all remote from me at the moment, that they understand how much I value them, but also my coaching clients understand how much I value them and thank them for the faith and trust they place in me. How grateful I've been to Melbourne over the past year to really embrace us as a family, to welcome us with open arms, the relationships that I've built, business relationships, new friendships and collaborations that have been, emerging over the last 12 months since we've been here. So I guess, I was also reminded yesterday was World Kindness Day. And, I think one of the kindest things we can do for each other is to demonstrate our gratitude to each other and to actually take a minute and say thank you sometimes for the things that are truly important to us. So, I am here today saying thank you to all of you for being supportive, being encouraging, being welcoming on your social media feeds. And, but also, I guess to bring you up to speed with what's been going on in the life of the Crawleys. Now, the reason I stopped doing frequent live stream videos not long ago, a few months ago, oh God, how long, I don't know, coronavirus time ago, was because I damaged my vocal cords. Now, I am known for loving a bit of a chat, so, it did actually cause quite a bit of difficulty for me. So again, thank you to all of those who did support me, especially when it was a very difficult time for me with my health and so on. So thank you again to those of you who were very supportive around that time. But the good news, of course, is that, I'm back chatting away like a little Miss Have a Chat, and my plan is to bring more live streams to you. I'm also, with all of this stuff that's been going on, all of this newness and all of this change, I'm also have worked closely with Julia Chow from The Better Studio. She's a designer, brand designer, and we're in the process of pulling together a beautiful new branding platform for my coaching stuff that I'll be drip feeding out in little bits and pieces as we go forward. It's a lovely color palette. I'm really excited to share. There's a monogram that I'm hoping to actually use for a few products and bits and pieces that I want to put together. So much going on that I can't even seemingly string a sentence together to describe it. My brain is too full. So to sum up, the Crawley Clinic Launceston, what an amazing team. I'm forever proud of my team in Tasmania and also my Crawley Clinic Melbourne team here. The hard work they do. We're in a very fortunate position because we collect a lot of data on the work that the clinicians do, the psychologists and social workers and OTs that work with us and the work that they do. And we actually have, data to demonstrate that the work they do helps people to get better. And I can't be any more satisfied and any more chuffed with being able to lead a team of clinicians who do such incredible work. So big shout out to my team. Crawley Clinic Hobart. I'm struggling to say goodbye to the name because it just rolls off the tongue, but congratulations Alison and all of the team as you fully embrace your new brand and your new name of Psyche Mental Health Clinic. I think it's an exciting time, lots of growth, lots of change for you guys, and I'm really excited to be shouting and cheering you on. Crawley House, what an amazing journey this has been, bringing this together. I had no plan to develop a home for psychological services here in Melbourne. It sort of naturally gathered speed and momentum during lockdown as I realised it was something I felt quite strong about, and it just all fell into place beautifully, although I do wish the furniture would all arrive a little bit faster. And shout out, Telstra. Can you just sort out the Wi-Fi, please? It's not hard. Turn it on. That'd be awesome. Thanks. And all of you wonderful people. So nice to catch up. Have a gorgeous weekend, whatever you are doing. There's bound to be some social media content from our road trip tomorrow. And I will keep you posted where we end up and what we end up doing. I'm kind of leaning towards Yarra Valley. If you've got some suggestions for a really simple day trip that's stunning, let me know. We won't be heading down the Mornington Peninsula today because I think the majority of Melbourne is down there this weekend. But whatever you are doing, have a fabulous weekend. And as I often say to my people, be good. And if you can't be good at it. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.